Hello, everyone. Welcome to this video discussion of the fourth test of the Sociology Free Test Series, which was conducted on 11th of March 2022. The two questions which we gave, these two questions, they are actually from the second topic, that is the topic of sociology as science, the major theoretical strands, right? That area, from that area, these questions were. I'm reading the two questions which were given to write. Question number one was, how far may we consider sociology to be the science of society? Okay. And the second question was, in what way symbolic interactionism method is different from positivism school or positivistic methodology? Okay. Let's see. I'm going for the first question first, right? That is, how far may we consider sociology to be the science of society? As such, by reading the question, we may feel that this is a topic from science, scientific method, and its critique. No, it's not. This question is very specific. It's actually looking at, if you have the question open in front of you, the primary area of this question is sociology to be the science of society. That's the area of discussion. But can it be considered to be the science of society? Right? This is actually an approach of positivism and its criticism. That's what I'm looking at. So obviously, if I have to talk about this, what I'll do, I'll talk about how the various positivist scholars, starting from Auguste Comte to Herbert Spencer to Emile Durkheim, how they tried to establish sociology as a subject of science. Clear? Simultaneously, this topic also talks about, or as the requirement is, that is the criticism of positivism. Now, while talking about positivism, what I'm going to do is I am not only going to look at how the positivist scholars, they tried to establish sociology as a subject of science, right? There, say Emile Durkheim. What was Emile Durkheim, or what was the object of these positivist scholars? Number one, to concretize the subject matter of sociology, to develop general laws, just like in natural sciences. At the same point of time, they also went for application of scientific methodologies, right? Say objectivity as a philosophy, as an ideology here. At the same point of time, observation, experimentation, analysis, comparative study, right? And then finally drawing a conclusion from all of these rigorous methodologies. Okay. One thing that these people that they did, the positivists that they did, they tried to ignore the variables. They tried to concretize the subject matter. They were of the opinion that the difference that is getting created between natural sciences and social sciences is because of the subject matter. Now we know Auguste Comte, he was looking at sociology at the apex of all the sciences. He gave us that hierarchy of sciences now. Mathematics at the bottom, then physics, then chemistry, then biology, and at the top, sociology. Right? They all were considering sociology to be a subject of natural science or similar to a subject of natural science. So as a result, what these founding fathers they were trying to do, they were trying to identify the concrete subject matters, especially say in the work of Rules of Sociological Method of Emile Durkheim. We see this tendency. Right? And what they do, they start ignoring the individuals, because in their understanding, individuals are variables. Clear? When we look at the subsequent scholars like Max Weber, George Herbert Mead, even Robert King Merton, what am I looking at? They're looking at both individuals and collectivity. No, they're not focusing only on the individuals or only on the collectivity, because they are of the understanding that both are significant. Say, I'm talking about Max Weber, right? His methodology of Verstehen, understanding the actor's perspective. I'm looking at a typical focus on the individuals. Clear? At the same point of time, the same person, Max Weber, is not ignoring the collectivity. Let's talk about his Protestant Ethics and Spirit of Capitalism. What am I looking at? I'm looking at the nature the structure of the society, where he is focusing on the collectivity. Clear? So these people, they were of the opinion that both collectivity and individuals, they both have to be given equal significance. And that's why they started moving away from the idea of sociology being comparable with that of the natural sciences. They were of the opinion that no, here the subject matter is going to be far more complex given the variabilities. So we cannot consider sociology to be at par with the natural sciences, because the natural sciences, they can give us definitive answers. Here, given the large amount of variability in data, we cannot do that. However, at the same point of time, this does not mean that these scholars, they ignored the significance of scientific methodology. No. Max Weber only, he was perhaps the biggest proponent of objectivity and value neutrality in social science research, right? So whether Max Weber, whether George Herbert Mead, or the other scholars, right? I am looking at how they have been focusing on the scientific study, application of the scientific methodology in sociological studies. That has been happening. Okay, so if you ask me about sociology here, sociology to be the science of society, I would say that no, it's not a science of society, but the application of scientific methodology is there, no doubt about it. So that would be the answer of this. Please go through the model answer that we have provided. Look at the structuring, how we have structured it. At first, we talked about the positivistic scholars. Then we went for the criticism of the positivistic scholars by the anti-positivist scholars like Max Weber, George Herbert Mead. And then in the end, we have shown the compatibility between the two methodologies. Clear? So that would be a typical structure of this answer. Please be careful about the structures. Quite often than not, what happens, we do know the content, but since we cannot structure ourselves properly, result our answers become very hayward and they don't fetch us marks. So it's not just about the content, also about structuring the answer carefully. Please focus on that. Okay. I'm also going for the next question, that is, in what way symbolic interactionism method is different from positivism school? Okay. What is symbolic interactionism? What are they doing? I'm looking at the focus on the individuals, but the objective is to understand the individual's perspective, individual's understanding, and how the individual is through symbolism is developing a consciousness, right? That's the basic understanding of symbolic interactionism. Being very honest, the root of this, I'm finding the root of this in Verstehen of paper. Understanding the actor's perspective, actor's understanding. Clear? However, this has been taken forward, flourished by George Herbert Mead. Right? Now, as we talked about, in symbolic interactionism, we talked about this previously as well. In symbolic interactionism, George Herbert Mead, he focused on the significance of both the individuals as well as the collectivity. Right? Whereas in positivism, the individuals have been completely ignored. Clear? So again, I would say look at the structure of the answer here. First, we have provided you with the model answers, right? Go through the model answer, please. See how the symbolic interactionism is discussed in the beginning. Then we went for the discussion of positivism. We actually showed the lacuna in positivism. And then in the conclusion, we show the difference between the two. Right? So go for these structurings. As for the content, we know that you do have the content with you. That's not the issue, right? Do download the model answers, right? And at the same point of time, I would also like to inform you. Very soon we are coming up with 2 separate test series. One test series would be typically focused on 2022, which will start from the month of June, 11th of June 2022, after prelims. We are also coming up with a test series, a separate test series for 2023. And this test series is starting very recently in the month of April, 23rd of April, right? So if you're preparing yourself for 2023, think about this test series, because this is a complete 1 year package, 1 year of test series, which will continuously go on. And at the same point of time, it's not just a test series. We are also keeping various revision modules with them, where we will be regularly revising various aspects of the syllabus. Okay, so this is practically a test series based crash course. So if you have already completed your sociology syllabus for once, say the coaching is over, but still you're not getting confidence much, you can think about either of these two test series. Even the 2022 test series, there would be discussions, workshops on various areas, right? They both are specifically prepared, keeping in mind the requirement of the 2 years. So obviously you can think about them. And at the same point of time, if you have liked the video, and if you're watching this video on YouTube, please do subscribe, right? It takes a lot of effort in making these videos. And for the students who are actually part of the test series, don't just listen to the discussion. Please prepare your notes. Try to point out the aspects that we are highlighting in the discussion, right? That's all, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.